I still remember the day my world shattered. It was a stormy night when I received the news that my husband, Sam, had died in a mining accident. The weight of grief settled over me like a heavy blanket, suffocating and relentless. I was left alone to raise our daughter, Lily, who had once been a bubbly child full of laughter. Now, she was a shadow of her former self, withdrawn and silent. The days that followed were a blur of sorrow. I found myself wandering through our modest home, surrounded by photographs of happier times. Each picture was a reminder of the life we had built together, now reduced to memories. I picked up a blank canvas, hoping to paint my feelings, but the colors seemed to elude me. One evening, as the rain poured outside, I stumbled upon Sam's old journal tucked away in a box. Flipping through its pages, I discovered his dreams for our family, a better life filled with love and adventure. He had written about his hopes for Lily, how he wanted her to grow up in a world where she could chase her dreams without fear. It reignited a flicker of determination within me. I had to honor his memory, not just for myself but for Lily. Determined to provide for Lily, I decided to start a small business selling handmade crafts at the village market. I was nervous, but I knew I had to try. The market was bustling with life, filled with the sounds of laughter and chatter. As I set up my stall, I felt a mix of excitement and fear. Would anyone even want to buy my crafts? That's when I met Agnes, an elderly woman with a warm smile and a twinkle in her eye. She approached my stall, her gaze lingering on my creations. "You have a gift, dear," she said, admiring my crafts. "Don't let it go to waste." Her words resonated with me. I realized that my art could inspire others, just as it had once inspired me. I began to pour my heart into my creations, hoping to bring a little joy to the world. Each piece I made felt like a tribute to Sam, a way to keep his spirit alive. As the weeks passed, my stall began to attract attention. I met other artisans and formed friendships with the villagers. They shared their stories of loss and resilience, and I found solace in their company. I was no longer alone in my grief. Despite my efforts, self-doubt crept in. I often found myself staring at the walls of our home, filled with memories of Sam. One evening, I learned that the mining company planned to expand its operations, threatening our village and the environment. My heart raced at the thought of losing everything we had fought for. I felt a sense of responsibility to protect our home, but the weight of my grief made me hesitant. How could I stand up against such a powerful force? I spent sleepless nights worrying about our future, about what would happen to Lily if we lost our home. One night, as I lay in bed, I heard Lily's soft voice from the other room. She was drawing, her pencil scratching against the paper. I got up to check on her and found her surrounded by drawings of our home, the mountains, and the sun setting over the fields. "Mom, look," she said, holding up a picture of our house. "I want to keep it safe." Tears filled my eyes as I realized that Lily was fighting her own battle. I needed to be strong for her, to show her that we could stand up for what we believed in. The next day, I attended a community meeting where the villagers discussed the mining company's plans. As I listened to their concerns, something inside me stirred. I took a deep breath and stepped forward, my voice trembling. "We need to protect our home. We can't let them take it away from us," I shouted, my heart pounding. To my surprise, the villagers turned to me, intrigued. I felt a surge of courage as I realized I wasn't alone in this fight. The room erupted in murmurs of agreement, and I could see the determination in their eyes. After the meeting, several villagers approached me, offering their support. We began to organize protests and petitions, rallying the community to stand against the mining company. I felt a sense of purpose I hadn't experienced in months. With newfound determination, I threw myself into the fight. My business began to thrive, attracting attention from neighboring towns. I used the profits to fund our efforts, creating flyers and banners for our protests. Each day, I felt a little stronger, a little more like the woman I used to be. But the mining company retaliated. One afternoon, as I was setting up my stall, a group of men in suits approached me. They were representatives of the mining company, and their presence sent a chill down my spine. "You need to stop this nonsense," one of them said, his voice cold and threatening. "You're only making things worse for yourself and your daughter." I stood my ground, my heart racing. "I won't back down. We have a right to protect our home." The men exchanged glances, and I could see the anger in their eyes. They left, but I knew they wouldn't give up easily. That night, I lay in bed, my mind racing with worry. What would they do next? During one protest, tensions escalated when the mining company's representatives confronted us. I felt a knot in my stomach as they tried to intimidate us. Just when I thought all hope was lost, Lily stepped forward, holding one of her drawings, a vibrant depiction of our home. "This is our home. Please don't take it away," she said, her voice steady and clear. Her innocent yet powerful words touched everyone, including the representatives. I realized that our fight was not just for us, it was for the future of our children. The crowd erupted in cheers, and I felt a surge of hope wash over me. That night, I hugged Lily tightly, grateful for her bravery. "You're so strong, my love," I whispered. "You inspire me every day." Inspired by Lily's bravery, the villagers united more than ever. We organized a larger protest that garnered media attention. My crafts became symbols of our fight, and I gained recognition as a leader in the community. The mining company was forced to negotiate, and I felt a sense of empowerment I hadn't experienced in a long time. As the negotiations began, I found myself standing in front of the mining company's representatives, my heart pounding. I spoke passionately about our home, our dreams, and the importance of preserving our land for future generations. The representatives listened, their expressions shifting from arrogance to concern. I could see that our unity was making an impact. After months of struggle, we finally achieved a victory. The mining company agreed to halt its expansion plans and invest in sustainable practices. I opened a community art center where children, including Lily, could express themselves through art. As I watched the children paint and laugh, I felt a sense of fulfillment. I had turned my grief into strength, and in the face of loss, I had found hope. Standing in front of the mural we created together, depicting our village and its beauty, I realized that we had not only saved our home but had also built a brighter future for ourselves. In that moment, I understood that love and resilience could conquer even the darkest of times. Together, we had created something beautiful out of our pain, and I knew that some would be proud. Years later, as I stood in the community art center, watching the next generation of children create their masterpieces, I felt a deep sense of gratitude. The journey had been long and filled with challenges, but it had also been a journey of healing and growth. Lily, now a teenager, was leading art classes for younger children, her passion shining through. I marveled at how far we had come, how we had transformed our grief into a legacy of hope. As I looked out at the vibrant mural on the wall, I knew that our story was just beginning. We had learned to embrace life, to find joy in the little things, and to stand up for what we believed in. And in that moment, I felt Sam's presence beside me, a gentle reminder that love never truly leaves us. It lives on in our hearts, guiding us through the storms of life.